Welcome, everyone, to TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the Grumpy Old Man. They say there's no shame to his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
Damn, are you delayed, Grumpy, or you just forget your line? What's going on?
I said it. Are you not paying attention?
No, you seem a little delayed. Who knows, though, Grumpy? But also with us here, special reoccurring guest, the magnificent Son X. At this point, X, I'm just thinking that Masters hat is just part of your wardrobe and attire. I don't think I ever see you on the show without your Masters hat on.
Wow. I'm ready to rock it.
Why are you so happy today? Why are you so happy today, oh tyrannical one?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, he is. Look at him.
He's very happy.
He's all giddy. Look at him.
I'm always happy.
He does seem giddy.
You're usually angry all the time.
It's like he just found like 50 pounds of hamburger meat on his back step.
The hamburger fairy came and dropped it off. Actually, it was the hot dog fairy came and dropped it off, Grumpy, is what really happened. But for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. This is a twice a week all sports podcast that takes place every single Grumpy, what days does it take place? Every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're new to the channel, there's a few things that we encourage you to do. We request you to do it if you like the content. Is subscribing on YouTube, right? That's how you make sure you don't miss out on any of the action. And also liking the video, because when you like the video, apparently it helps the algorithm. It gets this fun time of talking sports and just shooting the shit and talking about anything sports out to the masses. Isn't that right, Grumpy?
And also turn on your notifications as well, because when TJ decides to not start the podcast at 9 o'clock and instead decides to start at 9:30, you'll get notified. So you don't have to be waiting for 30 minutes for the podcast to start.
Oh, there.
I think everyone, all of our loyal listeners know. They know it doesn't start on time. It's always a half hour late. I don't know why I even bother saying 9
I sent the invitation to you 14 minutes late today.
What? Woo! Today you were less of a failure than.
So you being late is actually, it was 16 minutes late. But so you're saying that since you send it late, that's a me problem?
I sent it 16 minutes late. We started the show here. It took you 12 minutes to get your ass on here, Grumpy. So what do we need to send it? I don't know, Grumpy. I'm holding us up a little bit, but I think you're holding us up just as much.
I was ready at 9 o'clock.
Grump getting destroyed by TJ. You gonna take that?
He's useless.
That's right.
To answer your question, yes, he's going to take that. On today's episode, we have a few things we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk a little bit about the Women's World Cup. We're going to talk about some soccer.
I'm sorry.
Let's see if you can control yourself and act like a fucking adult, huh? Let's see if you can control yourself. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk a little bit about the ESPN came out with rankings of the top European footballers, and I'm sure, as you can guess, it was just as crazy and shitty as you would expect their takes to be. We're going to talk a little bit about the Damian Lillard situation there. Is he going to the Heat? Is he not? We'll find out. We're going to talk a little bit about, we got some MLB news, some MLB action. We're going to talk about John Gibson, who is apparently said he does not want to play any more games in an Anaheim Ducks sweater. He is done for the Ducks. We're going to talk about the impact that has, a top-tier goalie who is going to probably be on the move. What type of impact that has out there in the NHL and the NHL, the world of hockey. We're going to go ahead and also talk about Tom Brady somehow made the news. Grumpy's going to get excited about this one.
Grump. I saw.
Yeah.
He sat up in his chair a little bit.
Yeah.
Grump, your camera quality is garbage right now.
His internet quality is complete shit. So trust me, hey, you're looking like pixelated. You're looking like that. That's just
Ralph.
Was that X?
Looks like Wreck-It Ralph.
Like 8-bit.
Yeah, 8-bit. Yep. Oh, he quit.
Good X. X made him leave. He's gonna cry now. X.
Rage quit.
Oh no. Oh goodness gracious. Grumpy is gone. Hey, now it's the two brilliant minds of the show that are teaming up together now.
That's right.
And, we don't have to worry about that grumpy old man pulling us down anymore. That's for certain, X. I tell you, so today we've got a lot to talk about. I think we should do before Grumpy joins back in. We should talk about Tom Brady without Grumpy here, and probably Shohei Ohtani
Do it.
without.
Oh, we heard. Look at this. He was summoned. He heard Tom Brady in the midst.
You know what I decided? I said, let me go out and come back in because otherwise all podcasts come in here. Look at Grumpy. His reception, his internet isn't good enough. So I figured I'd
let
just
you know, Grumpy, I've taken number 2 spot because your internet's so bad.
That's all right. You kind of look like number 2 to me. Know what I mean?
You say I look like shit?
Like a piece of shit. That's exactly right. Thanks for playing. Too easy. Too easy. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me that It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode where Charlie was refereeing a youth basketball game and the little 10-year-old went up for a shot and he just swatted the ball into the stands. That was you.
What does it remind you of? You keep going in and out. We can't hear you from your net.
You know exactly what I said.
What? We can't hear you.
No.
Sure. Wham!
Rejected. You. Oh, look at there. But we do have a lot to talk about here today. Let's go ahead and look at a few comments. We'll get current with comments, and then we're going to go ahead and start jumping into some topics. Drew L said, for a second, I was getting worried. I wound up, getting Carvel ice cream and bringing it back home. And when I got there at 9 p.m., then I realized it's TJ. So I wound up being, back in time before the show even started.
You were home 30 minutes early before the show started.
He had time to mow the backyard, change the wiring in the house, all that stuff before DJ gets on.
D-Cut says, sup, boys? What's up, D-Cut? JP says, hey, gentlemen, hope all is well over there. Thanks so much, JP. Hope everything is well by you, too. Honestly, Damian Lillard is a certified clown. The shenanigans he's pulling with Portland right now is absurd. Like, dude, I get it. They failed to build a contender around you, but don't hold them hostage. Let's talk about that. That was a topic I wanted to go ahead and cover today. Now, what are you taking away from this entire Damian Lillard situation? What's been the big takeaways for you? For me, it's like he looks a guy I thought, I respected before in the past. It's like, it's crazy how quick the perception of a player can change, like at the flip of a switch.
I mean, it just seems like he wants, from what I've heard, it just seems like he wants out. He wants to win. I feel like Miami is a team that he has a contention and a possibility to win.
For me, that's just the way it is in sports now, particularly in basketball and world soccer. When guys want to leave, they get rid of them. They make too much money. They move on. They move on from those guys. He's been there a long time, right?
Think about what Kobe Bryant did when he was drafted to the Hornets. He said, I will never play for the Hornets. And they were forced to trade him. I mean, it's the same thing. Either player's going to play or they're not.
Well, he said that he was not going to play for them. The Hornets drafted him to trade him, is what happened. He said he wouldn't play in Charlotte.
Yeah, if you get picked by a team, you're going to play for him.
But
he's with the Trailblazers. He's played with the Portland Trailblazers, I'm pretty sure, his entire career. It's like 10, 12 years, however long it's been, 10, 11 years. I don't know. He's been with them his entire career. Mm-hmm. And I don't have a problem with him leaving. It's more, I think, the way that he's conducting himself. And he's like, it's like, I don't know. It's like we're playing a charades. You should know, right? You've been with this team. You've been in the league for 10, 11 years. You should know where you want to go, where's a good fit for you. It shouldn't be like we're playing charades here to determine where you're going to be going.
Okay. For me, he wants to leave. They knew going into the offseason he was going to get moved. They knew it was going to be Miami. I don't see what the problem is. He wants to go. The team is going nowhere. They can get some assets for him. I mean, I don't understand what the delay is, honestly. I don't think it's Damian Lillard.
I think it's the Trailblazers.
I don't know. It's like, I don't see what the problem is. It's the way it is in the NBA now. They don't want to play. If a guy doesn't want to play for the team, they move him. They moved those guys. It's like world soccer, European soccer. Guy doesn't want to be on the team anymore. You move him. All it's going to do is cause trouble.
The reason I'm saying I have an issue, you look at the agent, the statements that the agent has made. Damian Lillard's agent, Aaron Goodwin, tells me, I do what I should for my clients. Some teams I did call, other teams have called me. It's a respectful relationship with most teams. Truthfully, he just wants to play in Miami, period. I mean, the way that they're holding shit up is like, you know where he wants to play. I don't know why. It's like, oh, we got to go through to vet all these other options. He doesn't want to play anywhere but Miami. And all you're doing is prolonging shit. I'm like, move along. Portland needs to go ahead and try to get what they're going to do put in place as well. And it just prolongs that, I feel like. But hey.
That's going to end up in Miami. I think he's going to end up in Miami. That's where he's going to be playing. And he's got a good possibility to win there. I mean, they made it to the finals this year.
And just like this too, you're seeing a lot of these reports that Portland is unhappy with the Miami Heat's trade offer. Well, that's what happens when your player says, I only want to play for the Miami Heat. I won't go anywhere else if I'm traded. So Miami can lowball the shit out of you, and Portland gets nothing back in return. That's why I'm like, I'm like, Damian Lillard, for as much as he contributed to Portland, is just kind of sticking it to the back of them right now, sticking them in the back. I think
they did nothing for his entire career. Nothing. They did nothing to better the team around him his entire career.
They've known he's wanted to move on. They've had options. They didn't take any. They let it play out. What's he got? One more year on his contract? He could just sit there, play one more year, and then walk away for nothing. I don't understand it.
I'm going to hit play here on this.
This is likely going to be a long process. What Portland is doing right now is taking a lot of calls from a lot of teams around the league, some serious to begin with, showing real interest, and a lot just checking in, a lot just seeing what a potential asking price to Damian Lillard could be. But one thing so far, Portland, I'm told, is not impressed with what Miami has to offer them. And while it is Damian Lillard's preference to go to the Heat, Portland has to get back a maximum value for Damian Lillard if they're going to trade him. So certainly Miami at the minimum needs a third team, probably to take on Tyler Hero, and then to have those assets from that team sent on to Portland. Portland doesn't have interest in bringing in Tyler Hero. Their group already is built around young guards. And so I think for Portland, they're going to take their time with this process, and start to build out what the best offers would be elsewhere. But when it comes to Miami, I think for the Blazers, their focus is elsewhere on getting maximum value for Lillard.
Yeah.
I have that feeling that shit's not going to end well. Maybe it's just preemptive worry on my side. Things are not going to end well in that relationship.
Yeah, it's not, because guess what's going to happen if he only wants to play at Miami, and they're like, well, no, we're going to trade you this other team. He's just not going to play.
Or he could just say, I'm not leaving.
Yeah,
I'll stay here for a year, play out my contract. You lose me for nothing. I mean, they have no leverage. The players have all the leverage in the leagues, particularly in basketball. Like I said, world soccer is another case where players have all the leverage, all of it. And it's just the way it is, just modern sports. It's not like the NFL. It's not like Major League Baseball. These sports are driven by individuals for the most part. I mean, you don't like the return, you get another team involved. That should be on Portland. It shouldn't be on Damian Lillard trying to broker a deal. It should be Portland.
Damian Lillard, he's got those vibes where if I'm not traded to the team I want to play for, I'm not going to play, or I'm not going to put forth effort. Shit like that's happened before, and that seems to be the MO when players are traded to teams that they're not necessarily infatuated with.
Look at how old he is. Why would he want to be traded to another loser team? That's my point. Why would he want to be traded to another loser team and then just continue to play on a team that sucks? He wants to try and win a championship. That's his end game.
He doesn't have a history of being a me guy either. They've known what he's wanted to do for a long time. This is not like this is just happening today. Yeah. They've known for a long time. They were talking about it mid-season. he's going to be moved in the offseason. They were talking about it, openly talking about it. Miami's been his preferred destination. Move him. Move him. Get creative, Portland. You want to get some assets back? You're going to have to get creative. Involve another team. Do something else. It's not like your team is so good that, you have a plethora of phenomenal players there where you could just lose a guy like that for nothing.
Yeah. What's up, Frank? How are you? I just think things could end messy there, and it's not something you want to see from a guy who's really been a fixture of that team for over a decade. Anyway, Gungun says, Son X, a few months back, I asked TJ and Grumpy if toenails are really necessary. Curious to hear your thoughts / concerns on a potentially sensitive subject.
I mean, they had to have had some sort of point back in the day. I don't really feel like we use them for anything now. I mean, your fingernails, I would say, are more important than your toenails.
Toenails are important. They protect your foot. They protect the bones that are in your feet there, X.
I don't know. I mean, you don't have them on the bottom of your foot. It's like if you hit something with the bottom of your foot. I don't know. I don't think they're really that important. I'd say your fingernails are more important than your toenails. You actually use your fingernails for stuff. And back in the day, you used to use your fingernails for a lot more. Like opening a can or something.
X or Grumpy,
Who opens cans with their fingernails?
Get your fingernail under there and pull it up.
Are you talking like a can of
Pop
Coke?
the lid?
Yeah, like pop top, yeah. Fuck. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. No comment.
What's that saying? Better to keep your mouth shut and let people think you're stupid than to open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Because says professionals wear sleeves, TJ. I know. So TJ, sending Grumpy the invitation 14 minutes late is good. Weird flex, but okay. Tony Cheese says, Nicky Boy looks like a sovereign citizen. James F says, hey guys, I've been watching the MLB All-Star games from 1971 to 1986 so far. That's when they meant something.
And the players were really freaking good back then. That 1970, I watched some of the 1971 All-Star game. It's like a Hall of Fame game almost. Tremendous players on both teams. Just I can't tell you how many Hall of Famers.
To your Shohei Ohtani, I think, and Mike Trout are going to be out for the All-Star game.
Are you serious?
Shohei Ohtani has like a blister on his hand.
Yeah,
and then
Mike Trout's getting surgery or something, right?
Yep. He, I think, broke a bone in his hand or something like that. Or
One of those hammock bones. He's going to be out 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 weeks.
Did you see? It was just he just swung, and then I guess it was like the way he was holding the bat. It just snapped his hand. Yep, really weird how he did it.
Just like that, the Angels don't make the playoffs.
Okay, they weren't making the playoffs anyway. Doesn't matter.
I mean, Shohei Ohtani has a blister on his hand, so I think that's going to get better.
He's not even able to hit right now. He's not going to. It looks like he's not even going to play the rest of this weekend series or in the All-Star game.
Wow.
Yeah, I just more mean missing Mike Trout's a big loss too. I mean, like that's the truth. Yep. Frank says, "Why did the Islanders cut Andy Enderoff? He led the AHL in goals." Phil was all excited about that. I said, "Who cares?"
Yeah.
They freed up a roster spot, is what they did. That's so great for the Islanders.
Who cares?
Who cares? Exactly. It's a Whataburger. Drew says here, today's podcast should have been renamed Soccer, and More Soccer.
Yeah. I sent a couple of interesting items as well. I bet they don't get heard today.
Oh, my God. By the way, the Yankees suck.
Now we'll have to. Now we can't show the Brady thing now because of Grumpy's comments.
Okay,
they were not Brady related things. I thought one of them was really, really interesting, and actually two of them are interesting. One is more you have to question something, and the other one is like, what the hell?
What are the two interesting things, Grumpy? Mention it to us.
Well, what was the name X of the guy, the first round draft pick?
Bryce Young.
No, in the NBA.
Oh, Wembanyama. Or I probably butchered his name.
Yeah, Wembanyama.
And what's his first name?
Victor Wembanyama.
Victor Wembanyama. That's it.
Okay.
With Britney Spears.
The Britney Spears thing?
Yes.
Who
Yes.
gives a shit about that? Ugh.
I think it's very interesting because now we're going to have to start. I even, I have to question some things now. You see, Victor Wembanyama was walking in with, I guess, his security detail somewhere in Las Vegas into some hotel, and it is alleged that she grabbed him from behind. She says,
Ooh.
I tapped him on the shoulder, and I'm like, if she's grabbing him from behind, and he didn't know it was Britney Spears, okay? Did not know it was Britney Spears till later, till one of the security guys said so. You know what? If I was Victor Wembanyama, I would have said, this is the first time that I could have nailed myself a celebrity, okay? Now, she's 41, so is it going to be like one of those, cougar videos with the young guy thing? Is that what's going to go on with that X? What do you think?
I'm going to let you know there's no way she was able to grab him from behind. Because are you saying she grabbed him from behind on the shoulder? Remember, this guy is like 7'5". He's massive.
Maybe she grabbed him in his undercarriage area.
Here's the thing.
Hello.
The video will get released. The video. Can you shut up? What are you talking about? From behind? Oh, wake up. The video
Come
will
up
be
from
released.
behind. I don't know.
The video will be released, and when that does by TMZ, that's when we'll know real quick if Victor Wembanyama is going to pan out in the NBA. If he's trying to say some shit like that, he gets like tapped, and he's like, oh, and he's flipping his shit. I'm going to let you know something. One thing, automatic.
He didn't think it was a big deal. The security staff, and now they're looking to press charges for assault because he was touched. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
Did you see the video of him doing his shoot around in the Spurs uniform?
I did not. Was it good?
He hit one shot out of like 10.
He's wrong.
You know what? He should have taken a run at Britney Spears.
Yeah, it was rough. He hit one jump shot and hit 2 dunks. And then everything else was bricks.
Are you saying that he was getting stuffed by the rim?
No, he's breaking all of his shots. He couldn't hit anything. He
only hit 2 dunks.
He hit 2 dunks and 1 jump shot.
I'm asking.
Pay attention.
I'm asking if he got stuck. What, he only go attempt 2 dunks? Who gives it? Why would you mention he only hit 2 dunks?
Well,
it's like implying that he missed some dunks.
Out of the 10 shots. Well, I'm saying, okay, he hit 2 dunks like whoop-de-doo. Like he hit 2 dunks and hit a jump shot. That's not great. He missed like 6 or 7 shots. It was bad. It was rough. Really bad. Did not look good.
Oh my God. I was looking at the memes that are here is something great. But it's a WWE meme, so I can't show it. The video will be taken down. We can listen to the horse's mouths. Now you said he was doing a little shoot around and he looked a little less than stellar. X. Do you know where that film is?
Looked rough. Just I'll see if I can find it on YouTube and send it to you.
X will be able to pull up like that, like a snap of the fingers. X knows what he's doing. He's a professional, that X.
Yeah. Okay, Grumpy. But yeah, X, if you can pull that up, that would be always great. We'll be able to see it. He's, see how that pans out.
The other thing I wanted to mention was how Neymar was building like a private lake on his land in Brazil. I mean, he owns who knows how many acres, and he was fined $3.3 million for environmental issues, like there's not enough foliage or stuff like this. I'm like, it's his own land. Shouldn't be able to do whatever the hell he wants on it.
It's for building a man-made lake. That's the issue.
So what? It's like a pool. He wants to swim in a man-made lake. So what?
Okay, you're asking why the issue was? That's where the issue was. I mean, I don't know how much easier I can make that for you. That's where the issue lies.
Why is that an issue? Why is that against the law for him to build himself a lake on his own property?
Who gives a is this really what you want to do? You see the fucking topics we get from you, Grumpy? You want to talk about freaking the way the law's written in Brazil? I don't fucking know, and I don't really give a shit.
I did also send you something on Anthony Richardson that I found.
I discerned the information that was good and I put it in. But this is what I mean. You see some of the shit that Grumpy sends. It's like, hey, let's talk about. Oh, Neymar is going to get fined $3.3 million because he broke the rules,
I think that's a very. I mean, that has overreaching effects, don't you think? The government's
What type
telling
of
him what he
overreaching
can and
effect does this have? What type of effects does this
It's-
have on a
It's
sports
not
world?
like he's hold on. It's not like he's building himself a fucking missile silo in his
Who
backyard.
gives a
He
shit
just
what
wants
he's
to put in a
doing?
fucking lake.
Who gives a
Okay?
shit what he's
not
doing? Who gives a shit
launching-
if he's
he's not
getting
launching. He doesn't have the nuclear codes. He's gonna be launching bombs out of the backyard. No, he wanted to put in a pool that looked like a freaking lake. What's the
In
problem?
regards to zoning districts, he was on somebody else's property. That's why.
He has so much land. It's unbelievable. It's not like he's infringing on somebody else's property. Put a little bit of cement, build himself a cement pond in the backyard.
cement.
Jed Clampett did that in the Beverly Hillbillies. Nobody had a problem with it.
Okay. Yeah.
Brazil.
So, yeah. Okay. Who gives a shit? I don't know. I don't really care. It was a 10-day project, by the way. It only took 10 days. to
I
put together.
can't wait till you bring up. I just don't care. I don't really care. Who gives a shit? I don't really care. I can't wait for the next
How
topic
is
you bring
this
up, 'cause that's
sports
the-
related? How is that even close to being sports
That's
related?
an athlete.
Happened to an athlete. Thank you, X.
It
Thanks for the
did. I
backup
mean,
there,
it's the
buddy.
truth. It did. Why don't you play the Victor Wembanyama shooting thing?
I'll put this one up. Believe it or not, we got some sports we're talking about here. Here you go, X.
Whoa!
Was that one of the shots he hit?
That's one of the shots he hit. That's one of the three. Oh!
Jesus. Clank. Oh, yeah.
He hit
X, I'm gonna let you know something. He's hit 3 in a row, buddy. I hope you're not wrong there, X.
I'm not wrong. I promise you. He has multiple bricks.
That's it's a mid-range jumper.
That was
You
short.
should have some mid-range jumper spots.
Brick.
That was short, too.
Okay, X. Let me ask you this, X.
Holy
What are you
shit.
expecting of a 7 foot, like whatever?
Whoa, look at that. There's 4 shots he hit.
That's 4X.
He hits
That's
that one.
5X. What is this bullshit?
Off.
Brick.
X, he's hit 5.
Out of his jump shots, he hit 3. He hit 3 jump shots. 3. Another brick. I mean, you're the size of the fucking basket. I'd hope you'd be able to dunk the ball. I hope you'd be able to lift your arm up and just drop the ball in. I'd hope you'd be able to fucking do that.
He's
I'll
a
tell you what.
center he's a center shooting mid-range jumpers.
He need to get a couple of dunks to get his confidence. They're all clapping for him. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
I'm
before
not
anyone
7
jumps in
foot
and
6.
says that this is
You had a grumpy.
I'm not 7'6" tall. I could have done just as well as he did in that shooting.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't
Absolutely.
do great.
Oh,
You're the number
Today,
1
I
draft.
could walk on the court today and hit just as many shots as he hit. Right now, I could walk outside no warm up. I could walk outside right now and hit just as many shots. As he did. I would not be
Hey,
able to hit the dunks. No dunks.
I was like,
Okay,
bro,
no
you
doubt.
think you can hit those dunks?
Grumpy's gonna get on
It
his
was like
horse and
one
get
of
up there, huh?
I could do some of the dunks that they had, like one of those trampolines that they have.
You
you
can
know,
hit on
where,
break
like,
every
yeah,
bone in your
8.5.
body.
You can hit on an 8.5 rim.
I could do some of those, but just for shooting shots, I could do just as well as he did. He wasn't even shooting threes.
Grumpy, if you were to jump on a trampoline like that, on your landing, you'd snap both your tibias and be out for the rest of your career. I don't think your body would. Grumpy, come on now, you get up there.
You
and
hang
they-
on to the rim. You hang on to the rim. You don't let go. You
What do you
hang
think
on
the
to the rim
likelihood-
and then you settle down and then down you come.
Jesus,
It'd be
Oh,
like
I'm just
Shaq
saying,
breaking it
he
backwards.
missed the shit.
Bam!
He missed a shit ton of jump shots
He blows.
for being the number 1 overall draft pick.
Can't
That's
miss. Can't miss. For a guy who's can't miss, he missed an awful lot today.
Goon Grumpy.
Are the Mets back from the dead? No. Or are their jock straps still made of lead? I don't know if they're made of lead, but they are dead.
Yeah, I think they're done. Mets, if you can, start selling.
Atlanta-
Milo runs.
Atlanta's winning. Atlanta's winning that division. No doubt about it.
Absolutely, they are. Milo Brownie says, anybody watch the World Lacrosse Championship from a few days ago? USA versus Canada.
I did
You
see
know
a
what?
highlight. I saw a highlight of that. There was I can see if I can pull it up. Dirty ass hit that the English player did on the Japanese guy, knocked him out at the end of the game. Knocked his ass out cold with 4 seconds left. Their team was down like 4 or 5 points. Ridiculous. I'll see if I can pull it up and I'll show it to you.
Pull it up, X. Go ahead, X. Because you know what? we're going to put you in charge of all these things because the
heard
certain
you got
member of our podcast can't seem to do that job.
Grumpy, I've already got it, Grump. You don't even have to worry about it. Is this the clip you're talking about, X?
On.
No, that's the first.
Virginia.
Try to get PLL try. I don't know. Is this soon on we're talking about, X?
No, it was a hit at the end of the game. I'll see if I can find it.
I don't know. Okay, so apparently USA won 10-7. I don't know. I don't watch any of this stuff.
A World Lacrosse Championship. I'm going to say, where does lacrosse rank as a professional sport? I mean,
What are you
it
talking
even
about, like in popularity?
Yeah, or even countries that play it. We should dominate that. I mean,
like 9th or 10th.
I think the sport originated in Canada.
Yeah, it did.
okay.
9th or
I
10th,
wanna
right?
say-
Wouldn't you say?
It's for kids who couldn't skate. That's what it is. Kids who couldn't skate, yeah, toss this ball around. Do it like that because you're not good enough to be hockey players. So what you're going to give you a substandard sport, aka lacrosse, and then you can do whatever you want on that. I have a question for my little brownie. I've been thinking about this a lot. My little brownie, now, we are just assuming that you're a female, first of all. You like way too many sports for a female. Just saying.
What do you mean we have been asking this question? So Grumpy has been asking this
I've been
question to
thinking
himself.
Well, she's absolutely.
This is the first time I'm hearing this, Grumpy. So don't speak on behalf
That's
of
right, it's
anybody
first-
but yourself.
Here's the thing. My little brownie, you are absolutely marriage material. I'm just telling you right now. Your interest in sports, I'm telling you, it's like legendary.
Legendary. Well, X, this is the same exact clip I just had pulled up that you told me was not it. But don't worry.
Okay, we'll go to the very end of it.
Okay.
Sorry, I watched it on a short today. A little reel.
How far in the end? What? How
like
many
at the
minutes?
very end of the video. You'll see it.
Gotcha. And this is just to pop this up on screen here. England is down to Japan 8-4. I mean, this is the number six nationality playing against the number 5 nationality in world lacrosse.
Dominated pool play. Germany in the open playoffs and ran into a
Look at them scrambling.
in the quarterfinal. But Japan, nonetheless, is going to finish.
Yeah, it was with like 4 seconds left in the game.
So who took the cheap shot, Japan or England?
at
England
next
did.
cycle of
I'm sure
Pool
England did.
A.
Yeah, England was
Under
down.
10
They were like, it was
seconds
really
until the team
unnecessary
in
what he
red
did.
will claim the
Cross
victory.
checked in the back of the head.
And with
There it
that,
was right there. They'll show it. They'll show him all hovering over him. He's,
Oh,
he's
see it
knocked
lag.
out and jumped him.
I think he's lying down. He's knocked out. He's knocked unconscious.
will spoil an otherwise excellent ending to the tournament with emotion.
Oh, he's still down. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
he's knocked out. They had to have training staff come out there and check on him. Yeah, he's knocked out cold.
You know what happens when you do shit like that? Alrighty, you're suspended for a
Both
year.
teams
You stop shit like that. What should happen is you start pummeling the guy. You start taking that stick and whacking the piss out of him in the face.
Here it is.
Oh, yeah, that's intense.
Hit him in the
No,
helmet.
it's in the
Helmet
head.
to helmet. That's
No,
where it comes in.
You know what they should do? This is what you really want to punish the guy. You line him up and you let somebody cross-check him in the back of the neck. Hammer the shit out of him. Let the whole team get a shot at him. It would never happen again. Then you think, oh, if you make the penalty so severe, I'm not going to.
Here's the one thing I
How about
don't
we-
like.
how
I
about
don't
this?
like.
How about we decapitate you on the spot? That'll be the end of that shit. No one will throw cross checks anymore.
I don't like the fact that the
The
hit
penalty
takes.
is death, not 2 minutes. Death.
I don't like the fact that the hit takes place when there is literally 4 seconds left and Canada has lost the game 8-4. The game's fucking over.
England.
It's like, you know what it's like? I'm sorry, England. England lost 8-4. You know what it's like? It's like in football in the last play when you're taking a QB kneel. If somebody comes and fires off the ball 110% and tries to deliver a huge hit on somebody like that, you can't let that shit happen. You fight the living shit out of them because the game is over. This game is over, right? I mean, like, I'm not a big lacrosse guy, but the game's over. Oh, dude, yeah, it's the helmet to the helmet.
He cross checks him in the face. Look at his stick.
It's the helmet to the helmet. Watch again. Jesus.
It's not helmet to helmet. He's got the stick
Watch
up in his
again.
throat.
The helmet to the helmet.
The stick
You-
is in the throat.
I do something called look at the video right now. He hits lowers the helmet, hits him with the crown. He hits helmet to helmet. That's what knocked him unconscious. Had nothing to do with the stick.
He
The
also
guy
cross
led his helmet and hit the guy who was on the way of throwing. The ball is clear, and he hit helmet to helmet is what happened.
What's Poindexter doing over there looking? He's not doing anything. Is he going to throw the little yellow hanky?
Yeah, no, he didn't throw the yellow hanky. Somebody else did. But here's the thing: you can't do shit like that. And every single Japanese player should be on the top of him, whacking the piss out of him with
Watch
a
his
stick.
buddy. His buddy comes and backs him up, though.
Here's the thing: it shouldn't be one guy. It should be every single player. This should be a
There's
brawl.
Mr. Hanky.
This should be a brawl at the end of the game. Everybody who, even if you're not near, we're clearing. Dude, you think about it. If you throw at somebody in baseball, they clear the freaking benches. This buddy just knocked out one of your fellow teammates at the end of a tournament with 0.4 seconds remaining as they just got their asses kicked 8-4. And this is the type of shit that goes on. Every single player should be jumping the piss out of this guy. Every single player. This player should get a year-long suspension. You can't do shit like that. Sorry, can't be done. I'm glad that somebody on his team did stick up for him. You know what? Where's
He
his
kind of
stick?
wussed it. He wussed it in there.
I was about to say he did not.
He went right for the back of his neck right there. Really tried.
He
to
should have
pound on it.
driven him through the fence. Is what he should have done.
Looky here. The fact that this guy's able to get up and nobody else is just pummeling the piss out of him, that's a problem. You can't let people. 0.4 seconds left, and you let a guy go ahead and deliver a hit like that to your player. I have no idea if the player got hurt is any good or not. But the fact that one guy went there and kind of hit him a little bit with his hands, dude, you have a weapon in your hands. That's what that stick is there for. Knock the shit out of that guy with that stick and start beating the living hell out of him. What the hell? Come on. I don't know. Soft. I don't know. Japan needs to. I don't know.
They all walk away, and he's
Oh,
just
okay.
still
We're
laying
all
there
good.
with a heap of-
Yeah, don't worry about it. We're all
Where
good.
are the
We're playing
coaches?
from
Are
here.
there any coaches? Do they give a shit? What are they doing?
I don't know. Because I put
What's
that.
that one guy doing to him?
He's making sure his
Like,
neck is
oh,
not broken. He's
you know what
making
that
that's what
means?
his guy's on his neck.
That means bring the stretcher out. He's seriously
You don't want
hurt.
to. You don't want to move him because they want to make sure his neck's not broken. So that's what they're doing here. But yeah, I don't know. Should have done a little more. Should have done a little more, Team Japan. Number 24. He should have number 24 should have like a death warrant out against him. Anytime Japan plays them again, we don't even give a shit about the end result of the game. That guy's not leaving the damn field without freaking crutches on.
The other guy who come in should have slashed him right in the back of the knee.
He
and
didn't
then
have a stick.
driven him
It
through
looks
that
like he didn't have a stick, this guy. Your teammate's laying unconscious on the ground. As this
You
guy
know what? Look at the way he's sitting there. How about doing a shit where you kick his balls up, you kick his nuts through his damn throat? Bam! We'll give you a shot there, buddy. You ain't gonna be doing that shit. You're gonna be laying down on the ground for quite a while.
you know what? There you go. Grumpy,
Give
I
him a
like the way you're thinking
testiclectomy.
that, bro.
A testicle
Testiclectomy.
right there on the field. Baboom!
You should have
he
done a lot
didn't
more
have
than
a
that.
stick.
Gotta
He
stay
didn't have a
low.
stick.
Drive it
He's
low.
not even punching him. He's not even punching him. Oh, come on. I just, there should have been a lot more to it. And your teammates, in the handshake line, your teammate should jump this guy.
Or spit
could
in his
happen.
face. Spit in his face.
Jump him. Jump him. Right when he gets halfway through. Jump him.
You want to
You
start a
can't-
fight?
you
Let's
can't-
go, baby. Bring it.
That's just, that's inexcusable in my opinion. That's about
Here's
as
the thing.
low as it gets.
It's the wussification of just the
Look
world.
at the way he's walking off like he's some tough shit. That guy would be getting hit every single. Look at this shit. I cannot believe you're not taking this piece of crap out. What a ridiculous. Look at him. He's walking away. Oh, yeah. He's all tough and shit. Year-long suspension. You're never allowed to play international lacrosse again. See you later.
You're
Never
never
allowed to
allowed
do
to pick
that.
up a stick for the rest of your life.
Whatever punishment they give him, it wasn't harsh enough.
Agreed.
like
I
puts
just
a
thought
sword
it
on
was.
the
I
back
thought
of
it was really cheap. I thought it was a cheap shot.
Of course it is. There's
Gutless.
24 seconds left.
Yeah.
Helmet to helmet.
He's
Come
just
on.
salty because he got his ass. kicked.
Think about it. It's the 5th place game. This is for who finishes in 5th place. We're not even fighting for a medal at this point. Who comes in 5th?
He's just salty
Fifth
because he got
place?
his ass kicked.
Yes, this is the 5th place game. Apparently, they do that in lacrosse. They got the championship. They've got who wins the bronze medal, and they have who wins the 5th place.
I wonder why he's got his pants on backwards.
I don't. No,
I think
they all
that's the
do.
way that they have their pants. I don't know because number 8's got them on backwards too.
Yeah, they're too
What
nice.
the hell they're doing in England?
I don't know. Yeah, they're too nice. Japanese are too nice there. You should have. That guy should have been exited in that game. In one piece. I'll put it that way. Let's continue along here. Getting back on track over here. Oh gosh. All righty. My little brownie derailed us talking about World Lacrosse. Here we go. Goon Grump.
Grumpy, last night you said something akin to the Islanders don't have any youngish players who can make a major step this season. How about Samuel Bolduc and/or Hudson Fasching? Hudson Fasching's 28 years old. He is what he is. And Samuel Bolduc, yes, he has the opportunity to be a player who could advance. I think how would I mention 3? So maybe it's 4 guys. We don't even know if Bolduc's going to start. Is it going to be Bolduc or Aho? So guys who are going to start.
Drew says Andorov is like 40 years old and has no ceiling for the young guys. Yeah. And Damian Lillard's subject is where I need to step in on the podcast. Pull out the face cam. Give me my take and then dip. There it is. Goon says here, should I continue to pay a pretty penny for a keto-friendly cereal that tastes like doo-doo, but I'm trusting its creators that it's healthier and lower in sugar?
I wouldn't trust anybody. Goon. We know Goon. What do you think he weighs? Like 160, 175?
Well, we don't know who Goon is, Grumpy. All we see is the picture of a toilet.
I know.
Yeah.
I know some things. Things.
Special K is pretty good. I like Special K.
You know what I'm going to suggest to you, Goon? Skip breakfast. That's what you should do. Save yourself. You just save yourself that and just eat a bigger lunch and a bigger dinner. You don't even have to worry about breakfast.
I'd say Special K is a good option for cereal. I like Special K, just the original.
Forget the keto shit. If it doesn't taste good, don't eat it. Don't do it.
Is that a body built by Grump? A body by Grump?
Body by Grump.
Skipping meals and loading up on others is absolutely not the way to go.
Yeah, isn't that right, Grumpy?
That helps you lose your hair.
Oh shit!
X, you must be taking suit. You're following and listening to instructions, I guess.
Let's see your hair, X. Let's see your hair. TJ's complete.
Oh,
he's got a lot more hair than you have, TJ.
His hair looks unruly.
Whatever he's doing,
looks like he needs
whatever
a
he's doing, whatever he's doing is working. I don't know what you're doing. That's not
Drew
working.
L. Grumpy.
Problem with the Lillard saga is that he first requested a trade, then backed out if Portland was willing to trade the 3rd pick to make a finals run. Portland instead drafted Scoot Henderson. Well, they only drafted Scoot Henderson because Brandon Miller was selected by the Charlotte Hornets. Those were the consensus top 3 guys. They were. Then unfortunately, they got the 3rd guy. Is Scoot Henderson that great? I don't know. Didn't even play in college. Played in some type of who the heck knows where.
The G League.
Wherever
Grumpy.
he played.
Your face is so funny. He was frozen for a second like this.
Drew L. Grumpy. Here you go.
Oh, good.
And then the second they did that, Lillard requested trade. Lillard should have realized that Portland, in their current situation, had no chance of building a championship team. Drew, you see, that's why we can't have you on, because you're just, the way you're wording these things is just, it's almost like an illiteracy. As a matter of fact, you fit in with TJ, but still, he runs the show. He's a tyrant.
Oh, Grumpy. Now, I do want to talk about what is the greatest sport. I think I'd say it's probably the greatest sport that there is. It doesn't get enough pop. It's something that we talk about every so often, but it's something
you know what that sound was? You know what this sound is? This is the sound of click, 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 click. Everybody clicking off the podcast.
Yes.
Oh,
the hot dog eating contest. I love how the quote of this says, I don't know what we would call this technique, but what would you name this technique for eating hot dogs? I love the there was a limited drama. There was drama at the hot dog eating contest. It wound up getting put on rain delay. They said they were going to cancel the hot dog eating contest, but Joey Chestnut and them all wanted to go out there. So they wound up waiting and put it on delay by like an hour or 2. And it was, I'll tell you, listening to people dissect shit on Twitter and all this other garbage, you're like, oh man, all those hot dogs have been cooked and now they're going to be sitting in warmers and the buns are going to dry up and that's going to affect how easy it goes down. I'm like, holy shit. People take that shit so serious. And the hot dog eating contest is one of my favorite. It's the one thing I've got to do every 4th of July is watch the hot dog eating contest.
The best was I think it was last year, 2 years ago or something. There was an animal rights activist who jumped up on stage next to Joey Chestnut, and Joey Chestnut put his ass in a headlock He's like, nobody's gonna disturb me from eating my damn hot dogs.
Do you
It's
see
not
how
happening.
pumped? Do you see how pumped that guy gets? He gets.
They should have thrown that guy. They should have thrown that guy in the damn meat grinder. Grrr, grind him up, mix him up. We're eating you next year, buddy.
How do you think he tastes as a Nathan's hot dog there, Grumpy?
I don't think
Probably
Joey
like
would have
chicken.
that issue.
Let's.
Probably tastes like chicken.
I'll let you watch this one. They
Joey,
wanna know-
Joey might get 70 of his dogs.
they-
Now these are
they
the
wanna
girls.
know-
This is the girls' competition, right?
Yeah, the girls one.
Yes, yes. So they do have the guys and girls. Girls can compete against guys, but the girls usually compete against themselves. But you can also play. You can face off against guys. You can do whatever you want there. But they want to know what this technique is called here, Grumpy and X.
Reversal of fortune.
It's just watching everybody eat. And now here's the thing. My wife, the lovely Paige, had never watched a hot dog eating contest until this
Can't
year.
believe that.
And I told her, I said, "You're watching it." I said, "I got to show you the hot dog eating contest. It's the greatest event in
Honestly-
all sports."
Now you boys know the warden would never watch the hot dog eating contest. She would
We watched it.
into it this year. She wanted, and she's like, "This is the worst hot dog eating contest ever." And I thought it was too. I thought there was no excitement. They had the guy George Shea. He's had the shakes for years. So I think he's probably got maybe Parkinson's or something, but he's on some medication, less shaking. But he wasn't excitable.
Okay,
as
okay. I've explained this
Let
to
me
you. but
finish.
you're too
Shut
old
up
to
and let me
understand.
finish.
He's
Shut
too
up.
old to understand.
So here's the thing. Now George is an older guy, and he's the guy who does the introductions. And they have, a guy doing the broadcast, and he has a color commentator. Guess who the color commentator is?
Ooh,
It's
Grumpy.
Fredo Shea, George's son, and he's trying to be, he's like this or that and the other thing. He can't do it. He's a pale imitation of the old man. He's Fredo Shea. A little disappointing. That's all I'm going to say.
The old man. The reason why.
Why don't you just eat some
Get
more
up.
chips?
Why don't you listen? Because
Why don't you
oldie.
swallow a bucket of chips?
Hey, Grumples. I need you to sit here and
Is he
take
eating them like this?
What's up, Charlie Chip?
Hey,
How much
Grumples. I
gum?
want you
Is
to
that
take this.
gum? Is that more gum you're putting in your mouth?
Yes, this is gum.
Oh my God.
This
What the
is
hell
very.
that?
My
It's a
God.
potato chip. It's a chip.
This
It's a
is
tortilla
the
chip.
sorriest potato chip I've ever seen in my life.
It's a tortilla chip.
Ugh, my God.
Why are they not?
Looks
the
like Soylent Green.
tortilla chips?
Grumpy. The reason why the intros are not as elaborate as they had been in the past, they had a thunder and lightning storm their way. They did not have the chance and the time to go as elaborate because they had put it on delay for 2 hours and there were still storms going up there towards Coney Island there in New York, Grumpy. So they had to speed everything up to make sure they could get the glizzies down before they had to go through some long, extravagant, hey, here's our introduction. And then the lightning comes back around and they don't actually get to eat the hot dogs. That's why they had to speed it up, Grumpy.
I think we need
I
to sign
told
a
you this
petition.
already.
We need to sign a petition to have Wee Hoopin host the next one.
I want George up there. I don't want to see Fredo as the color commentator. I don't want to see him. He was an embarrassment, honestly. He tried to be good, but he sucked.
Anyway, so now I wanted to get back on topic. What I was mentioning is the lovely Paige watched it for the first time ever. She was disgusted by it. And I feel like there's probably more people who are disgusted by it than who like it.
Dude,
Is
the
what I'm going
best,
to go out and say.
the best one was probably the most disgusting one was I think Kobayashi one year. He was close to beating Joey Chestnut. This one, Joey Chestnut kind of took over and he was puking mid-contest.
And he's forcing it back in.
shoveling the vomit down his throat.
I
That
can
was the
see
best.
it stringing through his fingers. He's like, burp, burp, burp.
They referenced it as reversal of fortune, which is
That's
the
what they call it,
greatest
reversal
thing.
of fortune.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna ask you a question too. For those who are big hot dog eating contest fans, I know there's a lot of hot dog fans out there. Are you not tired of seeing Joey Chestnut win? I am.
Now
I'm
I have a
so tired of
question.
seeing him win. I'm done. I'm done seeing him win. I don't want to see him win anymore.
I don't care. I have a question, and I
You
asked
don't care. I'm sick and tired of it. I want to see somebody else win.
I asked Grump this. would you consider Joey Chestnut the greatest athlete of all time? He has 16 championships now.
And my answer is no, because it's something that every human has to do. It's like breathing. Can you breathe? That's what it is. You have to eat. Everyone eats every day.
Every human walks or sprints or
No. Every human does not sprint. All this guy does is what everybody does 3 times a day, and TJ 5 or 6 times a day.
This is like a week's worth of him eating these freaking hot dogs, dude.
You know, here's the thing I thought you were going to say that the lovely Paige was thinking. My God, this is what it's like at my dinner table every night.
No, she didn't say that. She was grossed out by
dog.
They had the Joey Chestnut cam, and it's not a flattering camera, by the way. You're looking at Joey Chestnut like it's like you're looking up at him, where I could see him and like I could see like his, everything. It's not a flattering angle for him. And just watching a guy eat hot dogs, like where he's on top of shit, just eating like 60 hot dogs, it's not a flattering angle. Let me put you that way.
It's
lovely
crazy.
Paige.
Scarf down 60 hot dogs, though.
It's impressive. Now that was, hey, he didn't beat his record. He was nowhere close to the record. I tell you, it must have been because all those dogs started to dry up because they were left on the heaters for 2 hours with that thunder and lightning delay.
Can you imagine the size shit he has to take after this? Dude, 60 hot dogs. That's crazy.
Okay.
I do like how he chugs
gonna tell you
Pepto-Bismol after he eats the whole thing. He eats the entire Pepto-Bismol.
I've always been of the opinion that they juice his numbers of hot dogs.
I think so too.
Because and then you look at the girls' competition this year, it was like neck and neck. Oh, she won by half a dog. Then they're like, no, it was actually 5 or 6 dogs less.
Well, here's my question.
I'm watching Joey Chestnut eat. I'm watching him eat. I'm like, okay, he's eating 2 and he's eating the rolls and they up him by 5. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Is he dumping someone? And they said, well, we count how many dogs are in a tray. Maybe he's dropping shit behind. Maybe he's dropping a log out behind him by eating those dogs. I don't know.
Well, that's also going to ask.
I said, I'm watching the son of a bitch eat 2. I'm watching him eat 2. And the number goes up by 5. That's absolute horseshit.
Would they consider laxatives a performance-enhancing drug in the sports?
Are you saying he's shitting as he's eating X to free up that space?
That's right. It's going in so quickly and coming out the other end.
Let me ask you. I feel like you have to maybe have like some sort of. You got to free up stomach space. So I wonder if they do like before like a colonoscopy, you clean yourself out with that type of stuff. Do you think they do that before these big competitions?
Oh yeah, they do a colon flush for certain.
Wow.
Oh,
you got to open up as much space as possible.
For those who were curious today, what we were going to talk about on the show, I'm sure you weren't expecting a down the rabbit hole hot dog eating contest conversation.
I remember they went to the science of it one time. They said that they have to prepare for this shit for like months. So they have to like go through these time periods where they just down a shitload of food to expand their stomach so that way it can hold more hot dogs and buns. And also they wet down the buns so they slide down their gullet easier. They do that as well. It's wild.
You would think that that's something I should be good at then.
You are a good glizzy goblin. You'd be very good. You'd probably put up yours would be not quite Joey Chestnut numbers, but I think you could do at least 25 dogs.
No, he couldn't.
No way.
Kidding me?
No way.
Glizzy goblin? Yeah, no. Here it is. This is. I want to show you this here. And this is for you too, Grumpy. Is that the one you're talking about?
That's
where he
said, "Nobody's making me lose this."
Look at old George getting in there. He's mixing it up.
He's like, "Who the hell is this guy?" You like how it takes Joey's like he's mid gobble. It kind of throws. Hold on, holy shit! There it is. This guy was planned. It was a prop. He was able to throw down a whole hot dog when this guy collided with him.
Look
He
at
threw
that
down a whole.
You can see spit
He probably threw 6 trays of dogs on the floor.
Do you like how he looks at him? He's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" He just puts him in a headlock.
Death Star?
It says, expose something Smithfield.
Smithfield Death Star. You know what?
I don't know
this
what the hell
this little
Smithfield is.
Quimby, it's Smithfield. They make hot dog products and bacon and stuff like that.
Joey Chestnut said, "Hey, this is my livelihood. Get the fuck out of here."
You know what Joey Chestnut and George Shea think about protesters? Fuck you. You're going down. You don't protest up here.
They knocked George to the ground.
No, George went down there and dragged them down.
Do you think Joey proceeded to eat after this?
Yes, he did,
he
because
kept
he only
on
had
going.
17 at this point. Of course he did, X.
Turned around and said, "I got to make up for lost time."
You know who was not in the contest this year? Eater X was not in there. So
Yeah, I saw that.
Right. He was one of my
Eater X was
favorites.
not there, and also Big Booker, Eric. I think
He does.
what's his name?
Yes, he does. He does a YouTube channel now where he'll chug like 3 2-liters of Mountain Dew in like 15 seconds. He does some crazy ass challenges like that. Was Megatoad Max Stoney in there?
I'm
No,
not. I didn't think
no,
we saw
none of
that.
those guys were
There's a
there
lot
this
of
year.
guys who didn't compete. I want to see them bring back Kobayashi, baby.
A
I
lot
need
of them. A
Kobayashi.
lot of them have made YouTube channels, and that's where they're making, I think, a majority of their money from. So they're like, "Screw it, I can just do the YouTube instead."
It's like they were taking people from like, oh, this guy won the Australian championship. This guy won the Kazakhstan championship, whatever it was. I'm like, come on, stop. Give
Now,
me
this
the
was
professionals.
before. This was after the rain. This is Joey Chestnut coming out. Look at him. He's all pumped and juicy, ready to go, baby. Dude, it is crazy. Look at his face, man. It explains why he always wins this contest. The guy looks like he's like possessed over here. Look at this shit, Grump.
He's got that jaw. He looks like Anders Lee would do good in a contest like this.
Huge underbite.
He could barely walk. This guy could barely walk.
Well, dude, he's filled with hot dog grease. I mean, holy shit.
He's not an athlete. Sorry. No.
He's the greatest athlete of all time, Grump. Look
Okay, here's my thing, Grump. Missiles pointed at the United States. They're about to blow us all up. You need one guy to go ahead and save us, and it's in an eating competition. Who are you calling on? It is Joey.
What a
He's an
specific,
American savior.
what a specific scenario, X.
I'd probably
calling it.
bring in Daniel Vogelback, the silverback. That's who I bring in. Now remember,
That's
he's
pretty
good at
cool.
eating hot dogs. It depends on what the eating is. Some guys like the Knish eating champion or the ravioli eating champion, or oh man, you know what? I was just glad they didn't have like a mayonnaise eating champion. That would be one where you want people to throw up, watch other people eat mayonnaise. Go, brew! Talk about
Now,
reversal of
here's my
force.
question.
That stuff. Ah!
Here's my question. Do you think Babe Ruth could give Joey Chestnut a run for his money?
Absolutely not.
Babe
Just
Ruth-
like Shohei Ohtani would be able to eat more hot dogs than Babe Ruth. Come on, X.
Shohei Ohtani couldn't even make it through the first half of the season without getting a little boo-boo on his finger. And he's out.
A reputable reporter said DeBrincat wants to go to the Red Wings. By the way,
What
I think he's-
reputable reporter?
The NHL was talking about NHL.com has 7 people talk about it. He's going to Detroit probably. That's the likely landing spot. Googling said, I guess the Jets passed on signing that punt god chap, Matt Ariza.
Yes, I know. I think that they gave him a look, and if something goes wrong, they could call him up. I'd bring him in tomorrow, and I'd start him right away. Right away. If
Yeah,
he's the best punter, he should play. Period.
Drew Grumpy.
Portland drafting Scoot Henderson was smart. It starts the rebuild, and they should have a franchise piece for years to come if he pans out. Plus, with Miami, Portland isn't going to sell low on Dame Lillard.
That guy, the
Frank
Knicks
said-
got Drew. It's a good move. And Drew says here, plus Miami backed out of the deal because Portland doesn't want Tyler Hero. Yep. And then
Tyler Hero's a good player.
yeah,
Yeah, he had one really good season. I think that's kind of where he got his hype from. And then he was featured in a song from what's his face, Jack Harlow, and I think that's where he got all of his hype from. And I think he's a decent player, but he's not top tier elite.
next comment here, Grumpy.
Yanks need to package a trade. Severino, Donaldson, and Stanton. I can't stand to watch Severino pitch. Every time he pitches, he gets crushed. He's done. Get rid of him. Okay. James, all I have to say is those three guys make what? $90 million in salary. What team is trading for them in a package deal? No one. Not
True.
happening. They're all immovable. The guy who has honestly the most value probably is Severino. Only because he's a pitcher. Donaldson's what, 36? Stanton's 30 whatever. And I mean, Donaldson's been playing actually a little bit better. Yankees suck.
Here's Drew Grumpy.
Yankees suck. Drew says Sevy is a bullpen pitcher. I said like 4 years ago. Boone should have kept him as a reliever. He can't handle the starting pitching workload. He was a really good starting pitcher, and then he had the lat pull and the Tommy John surgery. He was a good starting pitcher for a while. He certainly was.
Frank Grumpy.
I just noticed Grumpy's window is on the center bottom. He's Ronaldo, and X is playing right midfielder. LOL.
There it is, Grumpy. He's comparing you to Cristiano. Looky there, Grumpy. Drew did send us this. It says Joey Chestnut after doing eating contests and taking his glory shit.
Don't go in there.
Do not go in there. Woo!
That's a good one. I like
Ace Ventura.
that. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yep.
I tell you.
Still the best. That was the best Ace Ventura movie without a doubt.
I didn't even know there were other ones, but yes.
Ace Ventura When Nature Calls.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Hey, Sweat Hogs. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing well.
Good, Nick. Thank you.
It says, what was the greater invention, the plate or the bowl?
The bowl.
I'm about to say the
I
bowl.
was going to say the bowl. I feel like a lot of stews were eaten back in the day.
Really? So you think stews were eaten back in the day?
Yep.
Stews?
Yeah,
Do you eat stew?
Yeah.
Do you eat stew?
No, but I think
Stews.
during medieval times and stuff, that was a very popular dish.
Soup.
Drew L. Grumpy, Drew L.
Honestly, the most bizarre injury has to go to Esther Ruiz. He got hurt. He hurt his shoulder by diving back to first on a pickoff attempt by the pitcher. I played baseball for 17 years, never got hurt that way.
X, and correct me if
X,
I'm wrong.
did you-
Sometimes you see like hands, if they didn't have like the hand cover and they got hit with the ball, sometimes they break a hand, but not like a shoulder, right?
I mean, if you dive back into the base and your arm gets locked up, you can absolutely jar your shoulder out of place. You can. It's not common that happens. But I was going to say probably the weirdest injury I've ever seen was Sammy Sosa was out because he sneezed and threw his back out.
Grumpy has those big type of sneeze. He might throw his back at it.
Chris Brown for the Detroit Tigers way back in the day wound up he hurt his eyelid. He pulled an eyelid when he was sleeping and he missed some time. X, what's the worst injury that you had playing baseball?
Broken wrist.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice comment there for you, Grumpy.
I hear Pete Alonso was playing hurt. So why is he going to participate in the home run derby? It could hurt his season. No, it really can't hurt his season. He's been like dog shit all year.
He's been bad since coming back from injury. Oh, the fact that Brady is plowing Kim K is just classic. Yes. Did you hear about this? This is the Tom Brady news, Grumpy. Do you know who Kim Kardashian is, Grumpy?
I do. He's not banging her.
Okay. This was reported 3 hours ago. Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian were super flirty with each other at the 4th of July white party. White House party, maybe? I don't know.
No, it's a white party. They host it every year. It's like a whole bunch of celebrities are there. They throw it in some mansion in Miami is where it's held.
The fact that you know this X is kind of scary.
There's also pictures. There's also pictures of Mbappe with Kim Kardashian at the same party.
Well,
Multiple people were there at the party. Joe Burrow was there. A lot of athletes were there. A lot.
Seen during the day on the beach together and again dancing at night. Insiders claim that retired NFL legend 45 is exactly Kardashian's type.
She's not.
Holy
She's
shit.
not his type though.
Oh God.
He likes his women to be more manly, if you know what I mean.
Jesus Christ.
What do you
So
mean?
I figured a kick out of that one, Grumpy.
Grump, whatever do you mean?
He was with that big manly, that Giselle. Tommy, look at my hands. They are super manly. Look.
Tony G says, "What the fuck is Grumpy going on about?" I know, I don't understand. Laughing my ass off undercarriage, but say, "What the hell is he going on about?" Is right. Was Brittany trying to grab a baby arm? Oh my God, Nick D.
That's what I'm saying. A little.
Goon Grumpy.
Do you think we've merely been misled all these years, and Bill Belichick really has a good sense of humor? People say that he is very funny and has a dry sense of humor. That's what they say. You wouldn't know it from listening to him talk, but maybe there are instances where that's the case. I don't know. Come on, TJ, what's taking so long?
Do you not read the comments? What the hell?
Not many laws in Brazil because hey, look at the law they have. You can't build yourself a lake on your own property.
There it is.
One of them. Some of the big ones.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Oh yeah. All I know is today we need to support the troops, especially baseball cameramen. Yes.
I also sent you something on that also.
Grumpy, I hope you understand. You sent this to me after I had already had this queued up for us today. So I appreciate the effort, but I already had this story. It doesn't do me much good when you send me the shit.
There you go. Once again, taking credit for something I sent. Good job. Thanks.
Grumpy, I treated this
everything that he likes. No, this is the way it goes, Tyrant. This is the way it goes. Every time it's something you like, you take credit. Oh, I had something. Anything that you don't like, that's the stupidest thing ever. Who would listen to that? And you rip it. You don't even let the people decide if it's good or bad. You put into their minds that it's bad. You are like social media telling people what they should and shouldn't think. I think these are good topics. You don't like them. That doesn't mean you should rip them. Let the people listen.
Grumpy, why don't you tell me more about Neymar and the environmental impact he had by putting a lake back in there and how he got fined $3 million by the Brazil government?
3.3 million.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Grumpy. I can't wait to hear about that one. That's what everybody loves to hear about on a sports podcast.
Now, this one
this is what happened. Okay,
yeah, go ahead. You can watch it. It's reminiscent of TJ when he was younger.
Oh, fuck.
Bob.
Holy
shit.
Damn God. I mean, look at this. You see his glasses. Because I'm gonna try to put this in slow motion as best we can. His glasses shatter.
Oh, look at that. Should have been wearing those safety goggles, X. You know the ones.
Oh my God. He looks like an older man too.
That's why he got popped in the head.
Looks like he needs a haircut. Hippie.
Probably gonna need surgery on his forehead.
He broke his orbital bone.
Oh, did he really? I was about to say he probably broke it.
You remember that happened one time at a tournament when I was playing? One kid took a ground ball right off the face and broke his orbital bone.
Yeah.
His face was all saggy on the side.
What a shitty throw.
Professional athlete right there.
Fuck. Boom. Jesus Christ. Oof. I guess you can't put your hands up too because you're hyper focused on that ball, and based off of how many times I'm sure it just goes right into the glove of the first baseman, you're not even concerned.
Okay, you figure since he's the cameraman looking at the play, he would have seen that coming.
They're looking down there. It's almost imagine they're looking down their sights. They're trying to follow the ball, and they've got a million cameramen, so not every angle is always going to be perfect. But that's
not his first rodeo. It's not his first rodeo. He saw the ball coming. He's like, oh. Said he took one off the old Beanerini. Bang!
Grumpy, can I get you out there as a cameraman? I want to go ahead and start throwing balls to first base and see how you do.
First of all, if you were aiming for me, you would hit everybody else in the upper deck. You wouldn't hit me.
Hey, Grumpy might not be able to catch balls at first base, but he'd be able to make more shots than Wembanyama.
Oh, shit. Here's the thing. If TJ was a pitcher, he'd be like Nuke Lelouch. Do you know who Nuke Lelouch is?
Don't care.
No.
Drew L. Grumpy.
Care. You know what? I don't care. You know what, Grumpy? It's okay. I think the things you used to send TJ are interesting. I wouldn't mind more being showcased. Thank you, Drew. He just dismisses them like they don't exist.
There you go. Drew.
Yeah, I can tell Son X hasn't played a lick of basketball in his life. Plus, Victor is more than capable of hitting jumpers. Just watch his highlights in the G League. Victor will be an all-star. Book it.
I don't know. There's just one video of him getting bodied by an undrafted center in the whatever
I
it was,
see
the
that.
French league that he played. He got absolutely bodied by an undrafted center. I think he has hype because he's extremely tall. He needs to put weight on. He's going to get absolutely bodied by these more physical centers in the actual league. I mean, if he doesn't put weight on, he's going to be screwed.
I'll be interested to see how Chet Holmgren plays.
Yeah, it's another guy. He got injured last year.
Yes, he did. He broke that foot.
Yep.
Drew L. Grumpy.
So Grumpy and X, what's the over and under TJ misses the playoffs in fantasy football this season? Only 10 Sundays till the first kickoff.
I don't know. Did I
TJ
make the
always-
playoffs last year?
No,
I don't even remember. I don't care. No, I think I won the whole thing.
you did not. So, and guess what?
Um,
You're not going to qualify for the baseball playoffs
I
this
think
year in either league.
He's going to miss the playoffs again. He's trash.
Tony Chi says Grumpy's a dog. Yeah, it's freaking
Dog.
ridiculous.
Oh, get him.
Trevor
just threw
Bauer just threw his second complete game of the season. Probably, you know what? He probably was like Bugs Bunny in that game against the Gas House Gorillas.
I'm shocked he was able to throw a complete game with that defense he had behind him. My God.
D-Cut says you guys should have a guest on every week. The regulars, Frank Goon, Drew, Cheese, Nick D, James, Brownie. I would be opposed to having guests on the show. We got to, I was about to say, the more the merrier. Just shooting the shit and talking sports. I think that's a good idea. There it is. The Yankees are losing 14-0. Are you kidding me?
They
Luis
wound up losing
Severino
the
was
game.
pitching today.
Severino was pitching. He got lit
Yeah.
up.
Yep.
My little brownie, Grumpy.
Thanks, Grump. LOL. I'm single and ready to mingle. I'm also the youngest and only girl, 6 older brothers. Well, that explains it, I guess. Growing up, they all played sports and all controlled the TV remote. Well, I'm sorry, my little brownie. But hey, you know what? It just makes you better. It just made you
There
a
it
better
is.
person.
There it is. Is Mr. T's career over?
He's got to be in his 70s.
I didn't even know he still had a career.
He doesn't. I mean, but he's in his 70s. You know, he's an older guy now. Wow. Okay. I guess I'll read this one, right, TJ?
Hey, Grumpy,
Of
got a
course.
comment for you from Mario.
Way too many words for TJ to muster. There was a post on Facebook a few days ago lamenting the fact that the Islanders have prospects that have put up good numbers in the juniors. He listed the following players and their stats: Justin Gill, Matthew Maggio, Dylan Keffler, Cameron Berg, William DeFore, Reese Newkirk, Felix Bebo, and Cole Koski. I looked them up and discovered that all of these players were 20-year-olds playing in the juniors when Lamoriello drafted them. I think Reese Newkirk was not. I think he was
19. He was 1 year over age.
Yeah, but that's what Lamoriello, and you know, that's why I always say to people, and you listen to people like Phil's Facts, they don't take that into a fact. These guys are 20 years old, 19 and 20, playing against 16-year-olds. They should be better. They should be putting up those numbers. That's why I put no stock in guys who are overage juniors putting up big numbers. Just none, because they're playing with children. They're out buying beer for the team, and you know, the underage guys are drinking it back in the locker room. No.
Tony
sorry.
Cheese, Grumpy.
Yes, Goon. Let's take dietary advice from Captain Ramen Noodles.
I don't know who Captain Ramen Noodles is, Tony Cheese, but it better not be
Why
me.
don't you eat some more chips over there?
I'll keep eating chips. Grumpy, I think my literacy is just an intelligent issue on your intelligence issue on your end.
I'll read another one of your quotes verbatim, and then tell me if that's correct. Because there's no punctuation, no commas, no periods, no question marks, nothing. No semicolons, no colons, nothing. Words are randomly thrown on the page.
Goon, Grumpy.
I may have asked this before, but humor me. TJ and Sun X, did you ever see Grumps cry over a sports outcome and also the angriest and most upset?
Grumpy
I've never
just
seen you
cried.
cry over a sporting event, but I do remember you going off on who is it?
The stupidest motherfucker I've ever breathed.
Fouts. Yes. You're like, You're such an idiot. He's like, you're the stupidest motherfucker to ever open up your mouth. He's saying that.
First
shit.
of all, it
That was
was
back when Brady was still in the prime.
I
They get
think-
all upset because Dan Fouts must have said something bad about Tom Brittle Brady.
No,
it was-
I don't know if I have the video on my. I don't have the video on my phone.
X is real good at video of that
Why don't
shit.
you accidentally send me the play
It was
video?
not
X?
Fouts. It was not Fouts. It was Steve Largent is who it was, or Steve Tasker.
Why don't X? Why don't you? I'm going to try to butter up the Ward.
And here's the thing: they were
Negative.
wrong, and I was right on that.
You're like,
try to
you're
butter
so
up the Ward.
stupid. You're the stupidest motherfucker to ever open up your mouth. I remember you saying that shit verbatim. That's probably one of the most.
Okay, well,
angry
here's the
times
thing.
I've
Honestly, if you
sports.
listen to the color commentators, the guys who played football, they're all like IQs are all like 50, like most football players, right, DJ?
You think they'll
So-
get Antonio Brown up there to do some commentary this year?
Hey,
Who?
he's
Antonio
brilliant.
Brown. They should bring him in. I mean, remember listening to Marshawn Lynch? It's like, dude, come on. No,
JP Grumpy.
I know I'm late to the party tonight, but I do want to say something in all seriousness. Lacrosse is played in Canada by the native North Americans, but up where the Nunavut Eskimos are, they had to skate because that part of Canada is just south of the Arctic Circle. The adjustments to lacrosse that they made is what we now know as ice hockey. That makes sense.
Yep.
That's
There
what
it
I'm
is.
saying. That makes sense.
When did humanity start referring to wieners as glizzies?
It's stupid. It's guys like Drew. Guys like Drew.
Oh, Grumpy, you love glizzy dogs.
3 years ago. Well, there's the ultimate. I think there's the ultimate glizzy
I
goblin.
mentioned to the ward. Okay, I mentioned it to the ward. They're not. I said, you know what the idiots now
You know what
call?
the kids call hot dogs these days, Warden?
I said,
Glizzies.
no, I said, you know what those two idiots? She knew who I was talking about instantaneously. Call hot dogs now, and she's like, "What?" I said, "Glizzies." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah." He says, "What's wrong with hot dogs?" I said, "They're morons. They got too much time on their hand. They just want to reinvent words because their lives are a failure."
TJ, out of all of the glizzy goblins, which one do you think would look the most like Grump? I think it's the mayor from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Pull him up, please.
Hold on. How long- X, that seemed, hold on. That seemed really well
Random.
prepared. It seems like you've thought about this before, but you've been
I have
holding
thought
this
about it
aside
before.
for a while.
I have thought about it before. If Grump was a glizzy goblin, this would be him.
Hold on. So the mayor from the,
Yeah, the mayor, the video of him eating a hot dog.
hold on.
Let's pull up TJ eating hot dogs. We know that's Grimer.
X, this is not nice, X. I want to put it you that way. This is not
X
nice.
is mean,
X.
man. I tell people X is mean.
Oh my god. He looks kind of large and in charge. That's the nicest way I'll put it there.
This is
Um,
Grump, is the glizzy goblin.
Oh my god. Hold on. Is this when he's bigger or skinnier?
I don't know. It's him eating the hot dog.
Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, I'm trying to find it here for you. Oh my god.
Just remember,
Shit.
X. Just
This is not
remember,
a
X.
good one. This is not
I
a good
feel a
one.
lot of power over your life.
Here,
A
we'll
lot of-
rephrase it. This is TJ.
Hold on. No. The toothpaste is out of the tube there, X. The toothpaste.
We rolled it back up. We sucked it back in. This is This is TJ. No, dude, you gotta get the
Hold
one of
on.
him eating.
Look at that hair.
This is
That hair
the
does
hot
look like
dog.
TJ. Hold on.
No, he doesn't. He's got. Hold on. This is him right here, Grumpy. This is what X said you looked like. Hold on a second. Oh damn it! Let me pull it up on YouTube. I'm gonna
No,
stop.
you just gotta pull up the one of him eating the freaking hot dog.
This isn't eating the hot dog. I'm telling you, relax, X.
He just goes like this because you did it one time in the video. He goes like this, and like down the whole hot dog.
Look at X. Look at X trying to backtrack. Beep, beep. Here it is. So let you watch. God damn it! Is it not going to play for us?
Here's what I heard. Blah, 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 science, bigger. And bigger is better. Everyone's going to love these new portion sizes.
He goes to gobble himself.
Oh, there's Nick on the
X.
guy's shoulder. I'm sorry.
X.
there's
That
X
is
on the
not
guy's
very
shoulder.
nice, X. That is not very nice, X.
Did you see X on the little skinny guy's shoulder?
I
Bring him
did.
back up.
Rob says Lax is an amazing sport. He says, I'm more interested in seeing Chestnut's cardiogram.
Yes, very good, Rob. Rob.
And Drew, Grumpy.
For those who are Gillizzy gobblers, are you tired of seeing Joey Chestnut win?
Yes. I
TJ
am.
brought that up earlier.
Deep cut, Grumpy.
TJ, if you don't want Joey to win next year, Nancy Kerrigan his ass if you have the stones.
I'm going to compete against him. I'm going to start training. I'm going to start gobbling those glizzies like nobody
That
else
should
is.
be
Problem.
You're gonna take Mayor form, Mayor from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatball form.
There it is. JP, Grumpy.
They should provide live cardiograms for the viewing public. I'd actually go to the damn things if they did.
I wouldn't be surprised if Joey purged after eating the hot dogs.
Oh yeah, I think he does throw up every time after.
You
eating.
have to, don't you?
Yep.
Guaranteed Joey Chestnut has an enema after the hot dog eating contest.
And probably before.
Echocardiograms as well. Oh, gosh.
There you go.
We're talking about colon flushes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then Drew says here, okay, TJ, not much for me to make memes, but I'll send you one. Let's see here. Joey Chestnut can ingest more nitrates pound for pound than any other man alive.
Yeah, I think I looked at the breakdown of the amount of calories he consumed. I think it was like 48,000 calories or something, just ridiculous. In like 12 minutes. It's just insane.
Just a few.
Yep.
No big deal. Rob says the Brinkett isn't coming here. The Domino's guy doesn't even come here.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Yeah. Another home run by Alvarez. The Mets are up 7-0. There it is. Okay. A lot of those, he probably had the puke. Pete Alonso gets kid up like Rick DiPietro when he was mic'd up at the All-Star game and then proceeded to get hurt. I don't know what kid up means. The whole Kardashian family has a new type every week. She'll forget Brady even existed soon. Grumpy, look, Brady's going to be thrown to the wayside.
You know what?
I don't
always
think
exist?
I don't think he has any problem getting a date.
You know what will always exist? Oh, sorry, 7, right?
7.
7 rings. That's
Frank
right.
here, Grumpy.
I tore a tendon in my pinky playing hoop sand. It hurt way more than my broken thumb or any other break. The pinky was folded on its own, and it was torture. Then I straightened it out, and no pain.
Oof. That does not sound
Oops.
fun.
And not hoop sand, hoops, hoop, and hoops, and.
Tony Cheese.
Tony Cheese says, look at you savages. You get one single lady in the building, you're all salivating over
Oh,
her.
God, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I'm looking at the comments. I'm ignoring those ones. We won't be popping those up on screen. Drew L., grumpy old man.
You know, baseball cameramen are. I'm sorry I opened up that can of worms, my little brownie. I'm sorry. Drew says,
Grumpy freaking
you know-
causing problems.
what can I tell you? Women who like sports, and are well versed in many sports, are just hard to find. That's all I'm saying. Drew says, you know, baseball cameramen are either getting a net placed around the camera, or now cameramen are required to wear caged helmets after this. Ugh. Let them get hit in the face. Suck it up.
Nuke from Bull Durham. Great movie.
Nuke Lelouch.
Dude, are you wishing ill on your dad's man? On your dad, man? I don't know who's doing that. Maybe.
One,
I don't
one
know.
of you two jackals. That's who.
I think that was X. Z-Cut
Yeah, that was me.
said thoughts on Elon suing Zuckerberg on starting Threads. What the hell
Well,
are
as long as it's not too similar, he could do whatever he wants. Now, if it's really similar, he'll win that case.
I don't even know.
Absolutely will.
I haven't paid enough attention to that. JP says Steve Dolkowski was the inspiration for Nuke Lelouch, for what that's worth. I don't know who that is.
What does it tell you about him?
Tony G's.
I think he has height because he's extremely tall. Nicholas Oldman.
I don't know who that is. God damn, what the hell?
That's X is Nicholas Oldman. James
Okay.
says, Grumpy, you will agree to this, but why the F is there a GD swimming pool at a effing baseball game? Do these fans forget they're at the game, not an amusement park? Drives me nuts. They want to bring people into the stadiums. They do crazy things. I bet you they weren't fined $3.3 million putting a baseball stadium, a pool inside a baseball stadium.
The Raiders have a pool in their stadium too. I think their new one that they just built.
James F said, "Love to be a guest on the show. Name a date, and I'm there." There it is. And Grumpy, when I get on the podcast, try not to make your brain explode because of my giant brain. Oh God!
Woo. Don't
Willie
worry.
Core and Apple.
I don't think. Oh, Willie Corey Apple.
He's not eating chips. He's eating uncooked ramen. I've had that before. It actually doesn't taste bad.
My God, you're disgusting.
It tastes fine.
Dude,
Drew
at least
Allen.
cook it.
There's nothing wrong with eating uncooked
Grumpy,
ramen.
I hate
Come
to
on.
break it to you. Most people, when they type on the internet, don't use punctuation. Just because they're fucking losers don't mean you have to be one too, Drew. Plus, autocorrect screwed me up there. Maybe
Look,
you should
Grumpy,
read.
Grumpy's getting all upset.
Maybe you should fully read it before you hit the send button, Drew.
Guess what? I don't
I'm
do
sorry.
it because
It seems like I'm picking on Drew, and I am. But, you know, what can I tell you? My little
little
brownie says, haha, happy to jump on to represent for women's sports. Ugh. Well, there you go. Speaking of, let's talk World Cup. Looking forward to France versus Jamaica.
That's right. In Women's World Cup, the United States is projected to win again, I think for the 6th year in a row now.
I hope the United
Now-
States loses. I'm rooting for any team but the United States. I hate our women.
Do you guys remember Marta?
Yes,
Yes.
I remember Martha.
She still plays. I
Wow.
can't believe that shit. I was
How
like,
old is she?
crap,
Can't be
she's
a
still
starter.
playing.
She's got to be in her 40s. What does it tell you?
She has to, yeah.
She's 37.
What does it tell you?
She's like
37.
Cristiano.
What does
That's
it
how
tell
good
you?
she is. She's just like Cristiano.
Cristiano better.
She's never won a World Cup.
Yeah, there's Cristiano.
Yeah, but the women in the women's competition, come on. There's like one or two teams that are any good.
When I saw her, I was like, oh my God. I said, Marta still plays. I was like, holy shit.
I thought she was dead.
No, I honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Brazil win.
If they
Yeah,
play
I-
the United
honestly-
States, I'm rooting for her.
Yeah, honestly, I want to see a different team other than the U.S. win. I mean,
Yeah.
the U.S. I think have won the last 5 years in a row now.
I was about to say, they win every year. It's nice to at least have some competition. You know, that's the way I like it. I don't care really who wins or loses. I just want entertaining games to watch.
They should
It
make
means
the
how
fields.
much- Sorry.
They should make the fields smaller. They should make the goals smaller. So this way the goaltenders can make saves on any ball that's over their head. And, you know, just smaller. Make it smaller so they don't look, you know, come on. You know what I'm saying. It's
don't
not
know
the
what you're
men's
saying.
game. It's not the men's game.
Well, they-
Sorry.
They technically have specifications that they can build the fields within. So, like, if I don't know if you knew this, not every field, like in the Premier League, is the exact same size.
What?
Just don't let
Not
some drunken men team.
Size in the Premier League, they have to fit within a certain parameter. So, like, I watched a video on it today. The smallest field I think is Fulham's field, and it's like 103 by like 63 or something like that. And then the next one is Loughton Town, which is like 100 and I think like
Are you talking about outside of the lines? Is that what you're talking about? How long?
actual field.
Okay, all of the fields, all of the game, the playing surfaces of the games are the same. But when you're talking about how much extra space they can run, how quickly it starts to dip off until you get to the stadium or the stands, that's different from place by place. Yes.
Okay.
Here you go, Grumpy. Frank Grumpy.
I didn't realize that 80s singer Laura Branigan died in 2004. I didn't either. Gloria. And Self-Control were great songs. Okay. Just clip that right off. Doesn't matter what the rest of the comment was. Fuck it.
Why the hell were you starting to sting, Grumpy? God damn it.
But that doesn't mean you take the comment down. She had an
We got
amazing
to
voice.
teach you a lesson, Grumpy. No more singing.
Drew's music, you probably don't know her. LOL.
I bet Grumpy would love to eat some glizzies with we hooping at the local cookout.
Bro,
You
be
lose that bet.
guzzling them down.
Cloudy with a
X,
chance
I'll
of
let you read
meatballs,
this
man.
one. X. Let X read this one.
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, Mayor, the throat goat.
The throat goat X. Drew L. Grumpy.
TJ, I support you in your competitive eating journey. You just better hope the lovely page doesn't divorce you 2 weeks in after you stunk up the house with your glorious poops.
Oh, gosh. Wow, Six Brothers, that's crazy, Brownie. You must be tough as hell. You'd easily beat TJ's ass. Looky there. Fucking shots thrown all over the place here.
Ronda Rousey's already known to kick his ass.
Yeah, sure. Cabrera has a one-hitter for the Mets. Not bad. Not bad at all.
TJ's very easy to trick. All you'd have to do is just lead a little trail of snacks or food into a trap, and he would be dead.
Into a trap.
James F. here, Grumpy.
I heard Elon and Zuckerberg want to do a charity boxing match. I think that's already off. I mean, Elon Musk would kick his ass.
They showed Zuckerberg practicing his punches, though. He looked pretty good.
He'd get the shit kicked out of him by Elon Musk.
Elon Musk would kill Zuckerberg. That's right.
Kill
I think
him.
Zuckerberg's a
Destroy him.
bitch. I hate Zuckerberg. I'd be rooting for Elon. I don't like Zuckerberg. He's an alien. There's no way you can convince me otherwise. Yeah. Christ almighty. Didn't know Tony Cheese was Ralph Macchio.
Ooh, from Karate Kid.
Son X. Raiders do not Raiders go home. Son X. Raiders go not.
There's no swimming pool for them. I promise you that.
I thought they had a swimming pool like in the luxury area on the field level. That's what I thought they built in there. I could be wrong. I could definitely be wrong. I thought when they had showed their like original schematics for their plans on building the stadium, they were going to have that.
Grumpy must hate the Jacksonville Jaguars too. They not only have one but two swimming pools in their stadium. Yeah. By the way, TJ, what's your thoughts on Phil saying you shouldn't pay attention to prospect pools because he said the Rangers were number 1 3 years ago and now are in the lower half?
He's just crazy. It's
here's what I'll say to that. If the Islanders had the number 1 prospect pool, Phil would be all behind that and he'd say how important they are.
Yes, correct.
None of Phil's arguments, all of Phil's arguments are located on shifting sands and the tides.
Just like him and his politician buddies. It runs in the family for Phil. So it's like he is a move the goalpost guy. He's a quintessential I move the goalpost on every discussion and argument, and that's why he's infuriating to talk with. It's like you're talking with a politician who's talking Islanders hockey.
Not me. I call him out for all of his bullshit. Always.
Oh man. Grumpy just had a brain aneurysm trying to get the word out. Divorce. And you want to make fun of my grammar, Grumpy. LLL. Grumpy. There it is.
I don't think divorce was the word I was looking for.
Now, I do want to go ahead and talk a little bit about some of the. Actually, I've got something I want to show you. I'm going to ask your opinion on it. Are you guys familiar with Gritty?
Gritty, the dance?
No, Gritty. The
what does this have to do with sports? I don't give a shit. Let's move on. This one sucks. I don't care about this.
Don't worry, Grumpy. You're going to understand when I'm bringing it up. Now, the reason I'm bringing him up.
Does he get run over by the car, I hope? I hope.
No, he does not. But I wanted to ask you, I was thinking about him. Do you not think, I think he's a really good character as a mascot, but I feel like he's wasted for the Flyers because they're so fucking bad. Now, I wonder if this character, right, if he was on any other team, if they'd have much more pub and it'd be a much more popular mascot, because I think he's got all what it takes to be a popular mascot. Would you not agree?
He won mascot of the year when he came out, when he was introduced for the Flyers. I don't know how you get any higher than that.
Can you name any other mascots for other teams that you don't know about? You know who Gritty is.
Sparky.
Who are not Islander mascots, who we all should know.
The pig.
They got that pig in Carolina.
Yeah. Couldn't tell you.
You don't even know his name, but you know Gritty's name.
That's true.
Yeah, the Gritty's more recent. I just am
So,
like,
your comment was stupid.
Okay, well, here's the thing. What's the name? What's the name of the Seattle Kraken's mascot?
Gertie.
Cracky?
Galloping Gertie. I know Galloping Gertie.
It's Gertie.
Yeah, Galloping Gertie.
What's the
Cracky?
Vegas Golden Knights?
I don't know. I don't think they have one. I don't know.
Nighty the Night.
Nighty the
Yeah.
Night.
The Kraken.
Maybe the night.
Kraken the Kraken. Kraken the Kraken.
The Kraken. History of Krakens in our town. Oh my God.
Now, I want to show you this here. Now, De La Cruz has been getting a lot of pub. He's coming out, hitting the ball well, doing a good job of fielding, extremely quick. Now, I'm not sure if you saw this. This is a 95.6 mile per hour throw from De La Cruz, the fastest infield assist in the MLB this year. I'll let you watch it, and we could talk a little bit about how he's played this season.
Vargas off. Sharp ground ball, De La Cruz. Backhand, outfield grass throw. Got it. Oh, my.
He's got a freaking he can do everything. He's a true 5-star player. Everything. And he's 19.
He's so damn skinny, too. Young and skinny. He's got a pretty good size to him.
Bam! I mean, just hello. That's a laser.
I thought he was about to hop that in. That was about to skip on the ground, but
Well, that was a freaking missile he threw.
Okay,
from
the thing that impresses me the most about him is his speed.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Do you feel like he's wasted playing third base, though?
He'll be shortstop next year.
That's what I was about to say. With
They'll
speed like he has, there's no way he should be playing third.
They'll slide McLean over to second. They'll move him to short. They'll bring Encarcio Strand, put him at third. That's what they'll do. Maybe they'll trade Jonathan India, or they'll move him. Somebody's going to have to play outfield. You know what? It's funny. I was thinking about that. I think about the early 1970s. You had the Big Red Machine and the Baltimore teams, which were just tremendous squads. You're going to see those two teams are going to be the best teams in Major League Baseball in the next 2 years, tops. They're going to be the two best teams in the league, one from the American League, one from the National League, and it's going to be fun as hell to watch because all their guys are coming up at the same time. They are two exciting teams to watch.
Yep.
Yeah, Baltimore's already, I'd say, close. I think they're a lot closer, that's for certain. But Baltimore is. You just hope they're not going to just start fire sale. Everybody leaves. You know what I mean? They start giving players away.
No, these guys are all under team control for a lot of years. That's the thing. When you draft well, they can go pick up any free agent pitcher they want, anyone, because they're so young across Baltimore as well. You got Gunnar Henderson, you got Aldi Rushman behind the plate, you got Westberg, you got Colston. I mean, they're a young team, just tremendous players. And Cincinnati, loaded top to bottom. Cincinnati's they need to get more pitching, but they're going to be able to hit.
Got a comment, this is from John Gibson. He's asked for a trade and then said, I'm not playing another game for the Anaheim Ducks. Do you think this is something that can blow over in the summertime? If they kind of let things rest. Is this something that, can possibly blow over? Is he as good as gone?
I'd say he's as good as gone. He says he doesn't want to play for the team anymore.
Yeah. I bet if Anaheim, I don't know when he came out with that edict, but Anaheim should have traded him this year before the draft.
This was July 3rd at 2 p.m. This was tweeted.
Okay. But I guarantee you they've known that he's wanted to be gone. This is not news. Maybe they were having discussions with other teams. He should have been moved. He absolutely should have been moved before the draft.
I looking up the potential trade destinations for him. The Edmonton Oilers, I feel like always get linked. They did the Devils, the Oilers, the Kings, perhaps, and the Buffalo Sabres. Those are the four teams that were like, maybe they could use them.
That's fair. And what are all four of those teams? They're all contenders, right?
They're young. They've got themselves really talented. They've got a lot of young, talented players in their team and the rosters and lineups. They could give up draft picks. They've also got themselves a situation where they're goalie away from really competing, I think, across the board.
I mean, Edmonton, honestly, a good goaltender. Maybe they win the Stanley Cup last year.
Maybe
you got Buffalo. I think they're just a goaltender away. I'm not saying to win a cup, but certainly making some damage in the playoffs. If they had a real goaltender, they absolutely make the playoffs next year. Devils, they're just a goaltender away from being a true cup contender. Carolina's in that mix. I know they signed their two guys back, but tell me having Jonathan Gibson wouldn't have been just so much better for Carolina in the long run, right?
I think he's significant. He's significantly an improvement over Anderson, significantly better than, he's a really good goalie. And imagine what it would be like saying, hey, we're not going to go ahead and put you where you're facing pretty much a firing squad every single night.
Yep.
you'd see, I think the results would be more positive.
100% agree.
But guys, we are here at the end of the show here today. I know we want to talk about John Gibson. I think we've got everything covered, Grumpy. We finished in record the dog days of summer. Oh no, we want to talk about some soccer. I'm sorry, some world football. You almost skipped right over that.
Speaking of world football,
Wait, no, hold on.
X, hold on a second. X, damn it. Are you
Put it
Grumpy,
down, X.
are
You shot your load before we did the segment.
Are you fucking dumb, X? Come on now. X.
Jesus,
Better, man.
he didn't tell me when to talk about it.
They said as we're starting to talk about them, then
We'll
you
talk
can
about the
talk
top-
about it.
Here's what I told you before the show. We'll talk about the top 10 players, and we'll show you. Here's a player that just came outside the top 10, and then you show your card.
Okay.
Well, too late now. You fucked it up. That's the end of the show.
Are you serious?
Good job,
yeah.
failure. Good job, failure. Boy.
ESPN FC put out the top 10 of a lot of different positions, managers, etc. Pep Guardiola finished number 1. Carlo Ancelotti number 2.
Okay.
What, Grumpy?
I'm just looking at number 6.
Do you like the list? Do you like the list?
Number 6 is a joke. Number 6 is a joke.
Eric Ten
Number
Hag.
7. Number 7. Okay, I can live with. Number 10 is ridiculous. No, sorry. No. Any national team coach.
Number 8 is a joke because guess what? Just before it was Roberto, who was so great. It was, remember, Porter when he used to go there, and before he was brought on by Chelsea. Oh, he did such a great job with Brighton. They just have a really good squad in Brighton, and they play really technical football. It's that simple. But I'm like, Brighton Hove Albion. Okay, sure. Huh.
Any time that you have a national team coach as one of the top coaches in the world, no. They should automatically be disqualified because they don't play that much.
Do you like the goalie list here? Thibaut Courtois, who didn't win the best goalie in the world last year. Then it was Ter Stegen. Because remember, it was Emilio Martinez who won. But there is one guy I think you guys will notice on this list here who is quite impressive. Nicky Pope, Grumpy. The old Burnley Claret finishes at number 10.
Honestly, I would put Ramsdale up higher. He had games where he literally saved Arsenal last year.
Where's Donnarumma? Where's Donnarumma?
Donnarumma sucks. He's not a good
He's
goalie.
number 6.
He's too high.
Okay.
He's
All
too
I'm
high.
going to say is the difference between number 1 and the rest is like the
Miles.
difference between 1 and 2 is more than the difference between 2 and 10. I'll just put it to you that way. Courtois is so much the better. He's the best goalie in the world by far. It's not even close by far.
Top center backs in the world. Ruben Diaz finishes at number 1.
No.
Josko at number 2 for RP Leipzig. I'm like, holy shit. This is just the ESPN bias towards what did he look like in the World Cup. Are you shitting me? Josko, the rookie for RP Leipzig, who only plays against the Farmers League in the Bundesliga, is the second best center back in all of football? Please stop.
Okay, I'm a Real Madrid guy. David Alaba had a down year this year. Edgar Militao was really, really good early. He fell off the planet in the last month and a half. So I have a hard time with that. Araujo from Barca, absolutely not. Virgil is nowhere near the player he was. Martinez blows. Bastoni was okay. He was pretty good. I'm sorry. Kim Min-jae.
Good. He's good.
Okay.
He played well in the World Cup for South Korea.
He played really well for Napoli this year, too.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a hard time. All right, but at number 10, what are you going to say, right? Okay.
I'm just like Saliba. Saliba's at number 4. It's like what the flavor of the month club is.
Yeah,
Joshua
literally
at number
all
2 is ridiculous. Like I'm sorry, just the list.
Their
is
rankings don't
absurd.
mean much.
You look at the top right backs in the world, right?
Okay.
Kieran Trippier is number 2, and again, he's an ex-Burnley guy too. But holy shit,
Trippier should be number 1. Trippier played really freaking well last year. Really well on that Newcastle squad. Really well.
João Cancelo is number 7. No one wanted him on their team.
Bayern Munich did.
Bayern didn't want him back. Man City Couldn't wait to get rid of Danny Carvajal's cashed.
He is cash. That's right.
Reese
Absolutely.
James should be. Kyle Walker is too high on the list.
It's because they won treble.
Champions
That's
League.
the only reason.
Yeah, they're too high. He's too high on the list. Sorry.
You look at left back, Alfonso Davies.
Yes,
Yeah, I'll go
he's
with that.
really good.
Teo Hernandez is better than Davies.
No,
No.
Yes.
Alfonso Davies is
Wrong.
really freaking good.
I disagree. Zinchenko at number 3. Guy was a freaking backup for City. Backup
It's-
after backup.
It's
Luke
bizarre.
Shaw. Luke Shaw, number 6. Stop.
No,
Full stop. Nathan Ake. No.
Here's
Balde
my thing.
is a rookie.
he's not listed on
Right.
here. Eduardo Camavinga was a better left back than the majority of these players that are on this list.
Yeah, but that's not his position. He's
Doesn't matter. He's a better left back. He played left back majority of the time last year for Real. If anything, he should be on that list.
Got here best. These are let me make sure. Best attacking midfielders: Kevin De Bruyne, Odegaard, Bernardo Silva, Musiala. Another flavor of the month club. Musiala. That's nuts. I like Musiala, but not there. Bruno Fernandes, Julian Brandt, Gavi, Brahim Diaz, Nicolo Barella. I mean, like you look at the list here. Paqueta at number 9. Please stop.
Here's my thing. If you don't want to list Camavinga as a left back, then he absolutely is a center attacking mid, and he didn't even make this list. That's my thing. He's not even listed on a single one of these lists, which is ridiculous.
Best wingers. How the hell is Jack Grealish sitting at number 3? And how is Osimhen Dembele at number 4?
Here's
Yeah,
my
you're
thing.
right.
How the
Look at
hell
how shitty this list is.
He's a right
how's
wing.
How's Vinicius and Rodrigo not on this list?
I don't.
I'm gonna say these are not right wingers. These are just best wingers in the world. Like this is what I mean. Like you could obviously tell there's a huge Barcelona bias. Osimhen Dembele blows.
He sucks.
Never stay healthy. Can't do a damn thing. Vinicius is not on the list.
Oh, there is Rodrigo. Number 8. Number 8 for Rodrigo.
Rodrigo above Vinicius.
No, Vinicius is actually on the forwards list when he doesn't even play forward. It's horseshit.
Wow.
Because you want to know why? Because he would lead if he was on the winger position.
He's
He'd
a
be
winger.
number
He's a
one.
left wing. Anyway,
That's my point. That's my point is why the list is horseshit. It's not
same
even
thing.
accurate. The other position's right.
Has Modric really fallen off the list that far? He's in number 5.
No. Pedri's really good.
Pedri is
Modric,
really good.
okay, Modric is going to be 38 years old. I don't think here's the thing. He was good before the World Cup, and he was a little bit less effective after because he was playing how many 120-minute games for Croatia.
Yeah.
Okay, where the hell is Tony Cruz? Is what I want to know.
Where the hell is Federico Valverde?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to put who else is on that list? Scroll back for a second, TJ. You really want to put Frankie de Jong
I like Frankie.
over Federico Valverde?
Frankie de Jong wasn't even a full-time starter for Barca.
Yeah, this list is horseshit. They're all ridiculous. They don't even have the freaking positions right.
They mean nothing.
You look at the forward group. There's Kylian. Okay, here's Vinicius.
He doesn't play
Look how they
forward.
tried to shoehorn in Messi at number 3.
How is Messi even up there?
And they've got Mohamed Salah, Anton Griezmann at number 5. Like,
Cristiano Ronaldo didn't even make this list, by the way.
Neymar at 10 is. I'm sorry.
He didn't make top 100.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Neymar at number 10 is ridiculous.
What did he play? 12 games last year?
Neymar played more than 12 games. Come on.
I think he played like maybe 20 something games last year. It was not a lot. He played like 2/3 of the season. He's injured every season.
He played 20 matches, scored 13 goals in
20
11.
matches out of what, 30 something? 38?
I'm sorry, but in Cuckoo, you've got Martinez. But I'm just like, Messi? Really? Come on.
And they play in the 7th most competitive league in Europe.
Strikers, Holland, Benzema at number 2. Benzema over Harry Kane
Yeah, no.
and over Lewandowski.
Lewandowski fell off the planet this year.
I was about to ask you, he just must have fallen off the planet.
He did. He was good to start the year, and then he ran out of gas. Benzema
One
was
number-
hurt all year.
He doesn't play.
Again, in this one here,
Five.
in this one here, Harry Kane should have been second. The
Yeah.
the difference between, again, Holland and number 2, regardless of who it is, and 2 to 10, the difference is
Significant.
greater between 1 and 2 than between 2 and 10.
It's huge. Yep. Absolutely huge. Harry Kane at number 3. I'm like, come on, put some respect on Harry Kane's name, right?
Horseshit. The whole list are horseshit. They don't have guys in the correct positions. They left people out for who the F knows what reason. I mean, okay, you don't have Kamavinga on there. He was by far probably the best young player in the world last year. By far he was.
He will be on the list next year, I guarantee it.
No, maybe they'll forget to put him on there again. Or
Well, how was Valverde not on any list at all?
Exactly. How was he not top 10?
Yeah.
Yet you have De Jong, who couldn't even make it on the field for Barcelona, and he makes it in the top 10. It's horseshit. Yeah.
Tony Cruz, nowhere to be found.
Yep. Nope.
Tony Cruz was really, really good last year.
Yes, he was. Absolutely.
You know what else was really good?
No, Son X.
This was number 11 in the strikers.
Yep.
Son X.
Yep. I just wasn't put up there. 95 physicality.
He had the physicality due to the fact, he used to run over players in youth baseball. His defense,
way too hot.
Not really stellar. He's a striker, though.
Good dribbling skill.
Good dribbling skill. Passing skills, most of those passes are probably a little short. His shot pretty good. And his pace, well, if you ever seen X run, you could see why that score is so low.
It should be even lower. They gave him way too high of a score, in my opinion.
Madrid, baby.
We got the card.
Got the mask on.
That's a FIFA card. There it is.
Look to get this one in FIFA packs, guys. Be out for the next week.
Oh, man. Well, guys, we are here at the end of the show today. What do you want to say before we wrap things up, Grumpy and Son X?
I want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens and even those who don't, from TJ, the Grumpy Old Man, and Son X.
And Son X, what do you want to say before we wrap things up here today?
Just want to thank everybody for coming out and listening. Had a great show and enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to the show here this evening. Might not have a show this Sunday. Probably will not. We'll keep you guys up to date. But thank you.
We probably should do a show on Sunday because we definitely won't be doing one on Thursday.
We won't be doing one on Thursday or
Sunday.
Next week. We'll be off next week.
Okay. We'll try to have a show this Sunday. We will have a show this Sunday. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for all the comments, all of the input. We'll be live with you guys this Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys Sunday. Thank you, Grumpy, and thank you, Son X.
My pleasure.